Welcome back, YouTube peeps. This is Michael, aka Primal Man. Today, we're going to follow up the first series. This is the second video of the first series as it pertains to budget fishing finds, as well as outdoor apparel, outdoor gear, anything to get you out there. These are going to be real reviews. These are going to be products that I've used in the past, products that are, some of them are brand new, but do have the components of making, they have all the components of making a quality product. So today we're going to talk about this jewel right here. This is the SeaKnight Rapid II 5000. They do make this in a multitude of sizes. They make it from 2,000 all the way up to 6,000. I believe they make a 2,500 too, which would be that mid-range. Initially, when I got this out of the box, and I'm not going to do unboxing on all these because, quite frankly, if y'all want to see me open up a box, then great, leave it in the comments. But I'm going to go ahead and get the products out because, like I said, I want to use these, a lot of these. I have not used this reel. I've used pretty much everything else on this table. I've not used this reel, but I know what to look for in ordering reels. This comes from a large online retailer. You can get this on Amazon for $38.99. It is what would be considered a budget reel. But let me tell you something. I was very impressed with this reel for a multitude of reasons. And I just put line on here. This is 20-pound reaction braid with 30-pound backing on there. I just put it on there for basically to show you what it looks like. Full spool. It's a 5000 series reel. So I have big hands, but the first thing I noticed was just how small this reel is. It's actually probably 4 to 4.5 inches wide. It's really not that big of a profile of a reel. I mean, up next to a 3000 series, there's a little bit of difference. But this is a 3000 spool. This is a 5000 spool. So you can kind of see the difference. But this reel in itself is a 621. They do make a 471. It's a 471 would be for what I do, not a practical reel ratio. So I opted to get the 621. It's an extreme, and this is a saltwater series reel. They specifically say that you can use this in saltwater. So much that they did a shielded bearing on there. And I'm assuming a shielded bearing is on the rod from the mouth to the gears, so it shields the salt water from not going into the actual gears and corroding out everything that you've got in there. It's an 11 ball bearing system, and correct me if I'm wrong on the comments, but I am almost 100% positive that these are stainless steel ball bearings. It's 22 pounds of drag on the website. There is some discrepancy on the amount of drag on this 5000 series because I do have the box right here. The box, when I got it, it says 13 kg. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the second one says 13 kg. Well, 13 kg is over 28 pounds of drag, so let's just say 28 pounds of drag. If that's the case on 28 pounds of drag for $38.99, I don't know where you're going to find something that can compete with that. This is a extremely smooth reel. I mean, extremely smooth. I don't know if it's picking up the audio, but if there's any noise, there's not much. And I can assure you, if you're fishing with it, you're not going to know it. Some of the reviews on this where it had some play in the handle, I don't feel any play. If any, it's between the power knob and the handle. There is a little bit of, there is just a minute amount of play between the handle and the power knob. Again, it's not big enough for me to complain at all. It does have a 5-side insert to where you can fish it left-handed or right-handed. This reel weighs 8.7 ounces. That is crazy light. It's extremely light for a 5000 series reel. It does have the power knob on it, and I have found in my experience that people either love the power knob or they hate it. I like it. I like the power knob. When I initially started fishing with a power knob, I was not a super big fan of it, but it is an EVA foam handle power knob. It's easy to grab. It's easy to hang on to. Again, I've not fished with this, you know, in a real world environment to where everything's wet, or I'm trying to do, you know, I have slime on my hands or whatever, or my hands are freezing cold. I've not fished with this to see if this foam handle is slippery or it's not easy to grab. I haven't done that yet, but initially pulling it out of the box, it feels really, really well. So there's another couple things that I want to talk with you guys about that was pretty impressive with me. Does have an aluminum spool, and it comes with this one spool. There is not another spool in the box. If there is, I didn't see it. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that there's only one spool in the box. It does have a little dust cover that comes with it, you know, with the pull string, which I never use those. But one thing that really did impress me is if you can see the top of this, it's relatively flat through here. Usually with a flat drag system, this is a carbon drag system. Usually with a flat drag system, it's very hard to grab it, especially if you're fighting fish. Down here in South Florida, we do a lot of snook fishing, red fishing, you know, fish that you make one mistake and they're gone. With this, it is extremely simple. It's a recessed, basically like a recessed handle in the top of the spool to where you can grab it extremely easy. So all in all, my initial review of this is extremely good for $38.99. Again, a lot of this stuff that we're going to review is introductory, getting you into you know, fishing at an introductory level. But I have no problem, zero problem fishing with this reel for anybody, quite frankly. And again, I have some very high-end stuff here. Anybody that fishes with me knows that if I'm going to take one rod, I'm going to take 20 for different applications. And I have a lot of equipment, but I can promise you, I can put this on any 7-foot medium heavy for inshore fishing here in South Florida. I could put this on, you know, a jigging rod if I wanted to go just drop jigs, you know, off on wrecks or any type of structure offshore. You know, for smaller fish, you know, will it handle an amberjack? I don't know. I doubt it. But mangrove snapper, you know, mutton snapper, this will yank them up no problem. I would have zero issues taking this reel to go out and drop jigs offshore. So, you know, if you guys are in a different area and you want to, you know, catfish with this rod, with this reel. If you wanted to catfish with this, I mean, you're looking at probably being able to fight fish in that 40 to 60 pound, 30 to 50 pound range pretty comfortably. I mean, you don't want to get crazy above your drag of what it can handle, because the fish is obviously just going to burn it down. This is yet to be determined on a torture test on this, but we'll be using this in the field pretty quickly. So, you know, if you want to follow back or leave a comment as to can this reel perform, it's to be determined, but initially it's a very, very good design. So just a few more things about the reel. It does have a metal bail on here, and it does have a bearinged roller guide. I don't know if you can tell that or not, the video, but it does have a bearinged roller guide. I don't know if that's a point of failure or not. I've never, you know, with the old school of just a solid piece that had the groove already in it, I don't know if this is going to become a problem in the future. You know, would it help the way that it spools on there? Sure. I mean, I don't think that they put it on there for no apparent reason. But to me, this is not what sells this reel. What sells this reel is really three things. Number one, for me, is the price point, $38.99. Number two would be really the components of it. The components of what's actually in the reel itself versus other reels that are on the market. And probably the third, and I didn't even know about, would be this drag on the top of this, and it's audible, you know, an audible drag system. So all in all, my review of this is a plus. This is to the good, in my opinion. One thing I did notice, and this may be a secondary after the fact, and I could put it on here to show you guys, but well, actually this is a casting rod, but I could put it on this spinning rod right here and I'll kind of give you some idea. And I'll try to do this as quick as possible. And I'm not going to tighten it all the way down because I don't need to for this purpose, but I don't know if you can tell or not, but the angle, it angles up to the first eye. Oh, it's going to be hard to tell. See that? It angles from here straight to it, almost exactly in line with the first eye. Typically when you see that on the body curving up on most reels is a really good indication as to how it will cast. You know, I can almost tell you that this is going to cast as far as you want to throw something, especially if it has any weight to it. You match it up with the rod of what you're actually targeting, you'll be pretty good. So all in all, the SeaKnight II Rapid, this is a 5000 series. Again, they make it in different ones. All in all, I'm giving this a plus. Does have the anti-reverse. If you guys still fish that way, I don't know many people that do, but if you do, it does have that option. And it's quite a loud click, actually. So I'm very impressed with this reel. Pick you up one. We'll see you next week.